Rainbow Six Siege defines operators by their gadgets. Whether or not they get to use their gadgets depends on the strength of their weapon. Today, we'll be looking at which defenders get the best weapons in Operation Bellum. This list will only cover the primary weapons exclusive to defending operators, not sidearms that can be used by both sides. We'll cover those in our next Rainbow Six Siege video, so please hit the like and subscribe button and click the bell button to get a notification when it's out. Starting our list at number 5 is the Suspense Noise Defender's VSN. With a base damage of 34, it is a 3-shot kill against 1 armor attackers, and with 2 and 3 armor attackers taking an additional shot to kill. Its fire rate of 750 rounds per minute translates to 12.5 shots per second. Due to the first shot being instant, its first burst will down a 1 armor attacker in 160 milliseconds. Those subsequent sustained automatic fire will take 240 milliseconds to kill other 1 armor attackers. It takes 240 milliseconds to kill 2 and 3 armor attackers on its first burst, which is why it is not higher on our list. Number 4 on our list is Lesion's T5 SMG. It's a 4-shot kill against 1 and 2 armor attackers, with 3 armor attackers taking an additional shot to kill. Its rate of fire is 900 rounds per minute, which translates to 15 shots per second. Its first burst can kill a 1 or 2 armor attacker in 200 milliseconds. Though sustained automatic fire after the initial burst will take 267 milliseconds. 3 armor attackers will take 267 milliseconds to kill in its first burst, with sustained fire taking 333 milliseconds. This weakness is not shared by our next contender. Number 3 on our list is Bandit's MP7. Its base damage of 32 makes it a 4-shot kill against all attackers regardless of their armor. Its rate of fire is the same as Lesion's T5, 900 rounds per minute or 15 shots per second. Its first burst will kill all attackers in 200 milliseconds, though sustained fire after that will take 267 milliseconds. As good as this gun is, there is better still to come. Number 2 is Yeager's 416C. The only assault rifle available on defense, its base damage of 43 makes it a 3-shot kill against all attackers in the game, no matter their armor. Its rate of fire is 740 rounds per minute or 12.33 shots per second. Its first burst takes 162 milliseconds to kill any attacker in the game, though subsequent sustained fire will take 243 milliseconds. As an assault rifle, hip firing with it is horrible and it has considerable recoil. It is also not very quick to aim down sights. Even with these drawbacks, its consistent performance against all armor classes makes it the second best weapon in the game. Before we get to number 1, let's look at an honourable mention. Ella's Scorpion, which would have made the top of this list in 2017. It launched with a base damage of 28, which made it a 4-shot kill against 1 and 2 armor attackers, with 3 armor attackers requiring an additional shot to kill. Its first burst killed in 166 milliseconds, which was not as good as Yeager's 416C's 162 milliseconds. It fared worse against 3 armor attackers, taking 222 milliseconds to kill, far worse than the 416C, which remains unaffected and still took 3 shots to kill. However, the Scorpion's insane rate of fire of 1080 rounds per minute, coupled with its low recoil, made it a headshot machine. If that weren't enough, its 50-round magazine would let you kill the entire attacking team without needing to reload. Ubisoft realised the Scorpion could not be allowed to retain this power and nerfed it severely and repeatedly over several patches. Its base damage was reduced to take an additional shot to kill against all operators. Its magazine capacity was reduced by 10 rounds, and its reserve ammunition was reduced by 1 entire magazine. Its recoil was also increased, and it's now almost uncontrollable beyond the first few shots. It is ironic that the Scorpion was nerfed to the ground, as even in its heyday it could not hold a candle to the gun coming up next. And finally, we come to number 1, the best defending gun in Rainbow Six Siege as of Operation Bellum. Maestro's Alder LMG. Its base damage of 35 is nothing special, making it a 3-shot kill against 1 armor attackers, with 2 and 3 armor attackers taking 4 shots to kill. What makes it so powerful is its rate of fire, 900 rounds per minute or 15 shots per second. Its first burst kills 1 armor attackers in 133 milliseconds, even faster than Ella's Scorpion at its prime. To put it into perspective just how crazy it is, the Alder LMG kills 1 armor operators faster than all attackers' assault rifles except Twitch's F2. It kills 1 armor operators faster than Fuse's AK-12 and even Ash's R4C. Against 2 and 3 armor attackers though, the Alder falters, taking 200 milliseconds to kill them in its first burst. It is slower at killing 2 and 3 armor than Yeager's 416C, but its other strengths make up for this. For instance, it has an enormous 80-round magazine which will enable you to deal with multiple threats in quick succession without having to pause for reloading. You might use this capacity to put down sustained fire to suppress the enemy from advancing, though sustained fire will take 200 milliseconds to kill one armor attacker and 267 milliseconds to kill everybody else. The Alder is also one of the very few defender weapons that can equip an ACOG, a trait which Yeager's 416C once shared. And that concludes our list on the best defender weapons in Rainbow Six Siege. Our next Rainbow Six Siege video will list the best sidearms, followed by a list of the worst defender weapons. So please hit the like, subscribe and bell buttons to get notified as soon as they're up. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.